Drummer Planet, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. In this video, I wanted to review the proper movement mechanics for a cable seated row. So this is actually the cable seated row machine, and I have a long handle here. You'll see in a second I'm going to be grabbing with a kind of a wide overhand grip. I'm going to also explain at the end of this video the different grips that we have in this gym, and they're kind of pros and cons real quick, just that way you can see the different grips. But all of the grips, the movement mechanics are going to be the same, in the sense that we want to allow our shoulders, when the hands extend, the shoulders to actually kind of stretch forward, and then the movement starts by squeezing our shoulder blades back. So I don't want to squeeze up and back, I just want to squeeze straight back, and then I would drive my elbows back in order to squeeze all my back muscles. But if you notice, while I squeeze my shoulders back and then I drive my elbows, I never allow my chest to drop. So if I'm trying to pull a device to me, I don't want to drop my chest in order to pull it closer. I actually want to squeeze my back and push my stomach towards the device. That's going to allow me the best back contraction. So I'll show you a couple reps here. So I'm going to have my feet stable on the platform. I'm going to get everything in good position. I'm going to sit very upright. For most people, this feels like I'm actually leaning forward, but I'm actually just straight up and down. So this is the position we want. I'm going to squeeze my shoulders back, drive my elbows back, and that flexes the muscles. Then when I stretch, I allow my shoulders to come forward. But if you notice my lower back and my mid back, I'm not rounding over. So I don't want to round and throw the weight with my torso. I want everything from kind of like my ribs to my hips locked in place. My shoulders are going to stretch. They're going to squeeze, elbows back, elbows forward, shoulders stretch. So shoulders, elbows, elbows, shoulders. Now, when you get better at the eccentric, you can actually do the shoulders back, elbows back, and then slowly release your elbows and your shoulders at the same time. That's going to allow more of the weight load on the eccentric portion to be through the back muscles. So shoulders back, elbows back, and then slowly release everything at the same time. Shoulders, elbows, both release. Now, normal pacing, once you get kind of better at the pacing of it, is going to be shoulders and elbows, release. Shoulders, elbows. So this is actually the speed that I would go at once I knew that my shoulders were supposed to contract first. As you notice, my shoulders going back, then my elbows. Shoulders, elbows. And that's our movement mechanics. So, regardless of what grip I have on this machine, that is the mechanics I want to use. Now let's take a look at the grips. This, like we said, is our long bar, and we commonly will do a wide overhand grip. We do have also a wide neutral right here, so your palms will be facing, and that's a wide hand position versus a neutral where your palms are facing. Narrow grip, we have this as an option. This is actually called a MAG grip, maximum advantage grip, and it is a narrow neutral. But we also have metal ones, kind of more so traditional ones. That is one of the options. And then we also have an angled neutral. So it's a narrow grip neutral, but it angles either slightly inward, or if we flip it over, let me do that one-handed, it would be slightly outward. There we go. And that just adds a little bit of change to the muscles you're using. So those are our neutral grip options. So for clients, I usually specify whether I want you to do the MAG grip or one of those kind of metal silver ones. The benefit of the MAG grip is my hands, I don't clasp as much, so I don't have as much forearm and bicep movement, because my fingers more so act as hooks rather than clasping. So that's one of the advantages. We also have a narrow angled grip. So that's narrow overhand, or we flip it for narrow underhand. We then also have a wider grip version of the same things. So wider grip, and this is again a MAG grip. We have wide overhand, or we flip it for wider underhand. So those are options that we'll commonly have you use. And that way you get a chance to see them in this video. You would attach them the same way to the device, same motion of shoulders first, elbow second, and then release everything at one time. So that is the proper technique, proper mechanics, and the grip options for the cable seated row. Thank you for watching.